thoughts on the tourism and how Florida tricks people into thinking that they need to come down here to, warm their bones from
It's
up
a giant
north.
Ponzi scheme.
I completely agree. Except in Tampa. Tampa's great. Love Tampa. Ybor City. Soho.
Central Florida is ass. There's no cultural.
Yeah, there really is no culture, dude.
It's white people and.
I mean, no, there's a lot of Latinos in Central Florida and in Florida in general. But
maybe compared to Jersey, but not anywhere else.
Come on, dude. You're not going to tell me there's a lot of Puerto Ricans here?
There's not a lot of Puerto Ricans here.
I would say
There's so
more
many
Puerto
fucking
Ricans in
Puerto
Jersey
Ricans.
than
Yeah.
No
in
way,
Central
dude.
Florida.
Get out of here. In Miami, Cubans.
Miami is
Cuban.
not Central Florida.
Right.
Okay,
Miami's
well,
like Southern
Just said Florida in general. Has a lot of
I said Central Florida, but
Latinos.
words don't matter.
You don't think Orlando has a lot of Puerto Ricans?
Latinos?
Yeah. Latinos.
No.
Maybe.
I would say there's.
I don't
So
know.
why
Florida
does-
has a very little Asian population, tiny amount. A lot of white people.
Why
good
does
percentage of
Florida
black people.
lack culture?
No, I just said Central.
No,
Florida.
I agree that it does.
Miami definitely has culture. I've never been to Tampa, can't speak on it. I've never been to the Panhandle. I'm sure they have their own
All right, well-
fucking redneck culture out there. I don't really know anything about it.
East Central Florida,
I've been to a lot. Jacksonville is like
trash.
it's like the bad parts of Georgia and the bad parts of Florida combined to just. Sorry if you live in. I'm not sorry if you live in Jacksonville. Like,
No, we're sorry for you
yeah,
if you live in Jacksonville.
it's not my cup of tea to say the least.
It's so industrial too. Like,
Pretty, yeah.
It's just spread out. The beach, Jack's Beach is ass. Downtown. Actually, there's like one good spot. Not Riverwalk. The
Shantytown pub.
I'm sure
yeah.
that place is nice.
Shout out to Shantytown. Pub.
Tweeties?
$2
Tweeties?
Guinnesses.
Is there Tweeties?
Tuesday
Or
night.
is that in Orlando?
I don't know.
I've been to too many places. I forget the name of everything. But I don't really want to talk
So
about Florida anymore.
Well,
Unless-
I just want to know why there's no cultural significance here. Like
well,
let's
okay.
boil- let's
If you
boil
think about
down to it.
Orlando, okay. Orlando is a tourist town, right? So
Yeah.
all it has is
most visited
fake
city.
culture based on tourism from
The rat runs
SeaWorld,
everything.
Disney, Universal. So like you're not going to build actual cultural melting pot of ideas or trade, and it's not by a port. It's in the middle of the freaking land. You know what I mean? So there's not an exchange of ideas. That's
Right.
That's why most cities are by freshwater, by a port, right? That's how you get the exchange of ideas and technology
trade.
and trade, ports, waterways. It's
Yeah, but
expansion.
there's still cities with plenty of culture that aren't by waterways.
no, there's not.
Dude, Colorado.
Colorado
Boulder.
River.
River.
Colorado River.
It
Oh.
feeds the whole damn Southwest.
There's
Or-
yeah. I mean, it's almost impossible to find a city that doesn't have any fresh water source by it.
Yeah.
A major city,
Yeah.
or yeah, like you need some type of. That's how cities start. I mean, it's kind of the
Absolutely.
we kind of
But
got down.
to come back to
Yeah,
your question
Florida.
about Florida being this cultural malaise. Think about it this way: you get a bag of chips, like Sun chips or Doritos.
Love
right?
Sun chips.
Shout out
So
to
great.
good.
So
Shout out
good.
to
My
Sun
favorite is
Chip.
so good.
So
My favorite flavor of
good.
Sun Chip is tomato basil.
I fucking knew it. Why did I fucking know that? Anyway, you know how in, like the one corner, all the little crumbs and shitty pieces fall. That's
Yeah.
Florida.
Why?
Like the scum, the broken, damaged goods of the whole United States.
They're in the corner.
Just end up trickling down
Right.
to this ass end of the United States. It's Florida.
I think there's just
Well, it's
such a mix of people.
no. There's not a mix of people.
No, there is.
It's a bunch of swamp people, man. It's like there's no.
Get out of the
That's
swamp.
another thing. There's no. There's no elevation change. Everything's flat.
And it's like mucky and like you're
It's
always
humid.
like
I don't
yeah,
wanna talk
super
about
humid.
I think another thing is this is just an interesting statistic. Like 50, 60 years ago, Florida was in the least, like the bottom 10 states when it comes to population. Just by pure numbers, and now it's
Per
in the top
capita.
5.
Really.
So within like a few decades, it's gone from being one of the least populated states in the country, on par with Wisconsin and Wyoming and Nebraska or whatever the fuck to being the most popular, right next to California and New York and
Right.
shit. And the reason it boils down is the Ponzi scheme. This this are you the Disneyland and the beach, the retirement community, but there's nothing in between really. There's nothing. In
So
between.
many
There's
old
nothing on the
people.
beach, but they bring you on these pretenses, right? So there's like this whole tourism, hospitality, medical, retirement, hospice, the industry going on, just to bring more and more people in. Because the thing with the Ponzi scheme is, once the people stop coming in, the scheme blows out. It runs out. So you constantly need people coming in. So Florida
Right.
is gonna do well as long as the right people are gonna get their pockets lined very well as long as there's people coming in, bringing money into the economy here. It's not self-sustaining though.
Yeah. I
So,
think they do a very good job of tricking older folks into coming down here from up north, thinking that it's like paradise. They sell it as like the Bahamas almost.
Well, it's like endless summer, right? That's
Yeah,
the
yeah,
name of that's like
yeah.
something
the
like that.
state.
That's how they.
Sunshine
Yeah,
State.
Yeah.
but I mean, it like we said, it lacks like certain spots lack that culture, and it
I
just
mean,
feels honestly, it just feels like disingenuine. Is that the right word?
Yeah,
Like it doesn't feel like
Curated.
it's its own place.
it's curated.
Yeah, yeah.
Unorganic. Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah. Curated is the perfect word, I'd say.
Like
It didn't.
there's no
develop-
pride. Also, there's no pride in like living here.
well, it's a transplant. I mean, a lot of old
Yeah,
people
yeah.
are from like up northeast,
north,
up
yeah,
north,
northeast.
like you said. They transplanted down here. A lot of people move from Pittsburgh or they don't have any ties to the area. They don't give a fuck. So no one's really gonna have a cultural pride for it. They'll kind of reminisce their old town.
Right. I feel like well, I'm from Philly. For everyone that doesn't know, let's talk.
I thought you were from Jersey.
Let's talk about where we're from.
No,
All right. Well,
no one
I'm
gives. No
I'm
one
from.
gives. But
Yeah, you're right. But I'm from Philly, and there's.
I thought you were from Jersey.
Well, I'm from South Jersey, but
I don't get it.
they're very close to each other.
Doesn't
about
make any
15
sense.
minutes away. But there's this super strong like sense of like city.
Oh,
you
yeah.
know, like
Yeah,
everyone's just like,
definitely.
yeah, Philly. Like they want to jam Philly down your throat.
Right.
You don't get that here. And I think it's like that in like New York and Boston too. Maybe not as much.
Definitely
New
in
York.
Boston. No, people have New York pride for sure.
Yeah, but New York has become this
I'm
like
from fucking New York.
New York has become this like Instagram model like utopia. They want to go there and fucking just go to Manhattan and post Instagram pictures of their ass.
I think it's become a caricature of what it really
Right.
is.
Yeah.
At this point, it's just so far gone. Philly's the next New York.
Yeah, Philly is the next. New
Philly
York.
is the next New York.
It's on the come
You
up.
heard it here first. Wait, it's on the come up. No, it's on
Yeah.
no. You just missed our point. It's on the come down.
No,
It peaked. Philly peaked, bro.
no, Philly did not peak, bro.
Philly peaked.
No, there's bad parts of Philly, but a lot of hipsters are moving in right now.
Right. It peaked. It's gonna lose its cultural relevance.
Right. It's gonna get.
Dude, you don't want
gentrified.
to be surrounded by
You
all
totally
the,
missed
all
our
the
point. You told-
crackheads.
No, being surrounded by crackheads is what gives it its essence. The
Like,
more
think
gentrified.
about New York.
There's always gonna
This
be
is what we were just
crackheads.
talking about. The more white people you have that are gentrifying the culture, destroys the original culture that people have there.
like all.
like,
the,
It's true, but it's
I have a
too
theory.
deeply
I have a
rooted. It's
theory
too
that-
deeply rooted for it to go away.
No,
What's your theory?
Yeah.
Anyway.
my theory is it's not. It's like a really dumb theory, but like
I don't want any dumb
the more
theories. I want
too
good
late.
theories.
Too late. The more dangerous the area you're on, the better the food it's gonna taste. The more
Oh,
culture.
absolutely.
Dude,
It's
for
like
sure.
big facts.
For sure.
You know.
I want to walk in and feel unsafe when I'm eating my food.
And the same thing goes for like art and literature and things like that.
Yeah.
The more gritty and grimy a city is,
You're gonna-
or
it's-
a
I think
neighborhood,
it-
you're gonna see more cultural.
I think it goes back to that adversity thing. It's gonna be
Right.
it's gonna shake the status quo. It's gonna be ideas that are shaking the status quo and people
Right.
that aren't playing by the same societal rules.
Absolutely.
So
And
the African American community,
We're talking about black people.
they
They talk like a normal person, dude.
all right. So the African American
Stop.
community
Do you really say African
went
American? I've
through-
never heard you say that.
went through
I'm calling you out.
went through the struggle to create blues, and sure you can complain about how hard the struggle was, but it provided something beautiful on the other end, like the art of blues, which is awesome. So without the
Point being, adversity brings awesome music.
Yeah,
we
and
agree.
art. That's yeah,
We agree.
we agree.
yeah,
That-
but that
Sue's-
goes back to what we were saying about
You could have just said like blues, but he gave us the full thing.
Like
That's all right.
blues.
We know what you meant, bro.
like blues.
But when you think about it,
Like
when I
blues.
said New York City is a caricature of what it used to be, when you think about New York in its heyday, cultural heyday, the 70s and 80s.
Right. It was like
Lou Reed hanging out at Opium Dance, just
yeah.
Velvet
know,
Underground.
I've heard. I mean, I don't really know, but I've heard people talk about like Times Square. It wasn't a commercialized as it is now. It was run down. There's hookers hanging out.
yeah, like.
It was gritty.
But that's what brought like this
Gritty-gritty.
huge melting pot, But now all those people they can't afford to fucking live there. There's all these hipsters fucking
Right.
moving in.
Destroying.
From
San
South Jersey.
Francisco, even.
San Francisco, even right? Like,
Great
the
example.
days, the endless summer, 67 or 69 or the fuck,
Summer of '69.
no such thing.
There was no summer of '69.
What? It's a myth.
It's a myth.
Holy shit.
This is conspiracy podcast.
Yeah. We're a conspiracy podcast.
Tinfoil hat time and everything podcast. We don't really have any. We have no goals. This is probably the first and only time we'll ever hear this, but we're doing it, so that's half the battle.
We are doing it.